Look at this, chat. Look at this. But I've been gone since July 26th. I feel like I don't even know what time it is anymore. I thought the wedding stuff would be very quick. Sorry, that was my bad. So I've been gone for a while. That was my bad. We had to do some prep before the wedding, and then we went to the wedding, and then we had our friends stay over for a bit because they had flown in for the wedding. It was a fun time. How's the wedding? It was a fun time. It was a really good time. But there was so much prep for it because we had to go get like new dresses and stuff and new clothes because the style was slightly different, and we kind of figured, okay, well let's actually like dress up like a tiny bit, right? And yeah, the wedding was actually really fun. It was at a really nice venue. In fact, today I'm gonna take you on a trip, not to the exact venue because it'll dox us immediately. It'll dox our entire friend group because like the moment that you know where it is, I think we were the only people doing it. Although my friend did, he found out that there was a wedding happening downstairs. So what he did was he crashed that wedding, which I thought was funny because he pretended to know the groom and he like social engineered his way into joining the wedding and getting free drinks and like making friends with people. It was actually pretty funny to see, but I was like, buddy, you might get kicked out soon. You might get the police called on you or something. I don't know. That's like, it was a pretty like fancy upscale place. What is this like? What is this? Spy skill, actual spy skill. Was it? Together, marriage is what brings us together. Marriage. My name is Inigo Montoya. Is this the movie Inigo Montoya? Is this where it's from? Yes, it is. Inigo Montoya. I forget how to actually say the like line though. My name is Inigo Montoya, and I've come to kill you or something. I don't know. But yeah, actual spy skill, right? Linka, Linka. I was. So we had the wedding at this place. I need to find like an actual like good fake type of this wedding venues by the beach in Florida, okay? Because I can't show you the exact place. I need to show you like a place that's in here. I didn't actually leave the city. It was just sort of like in the city, but I called it a destination because it was 1 hour away, which is funny. Because okay, I need to say this too. I was talking to my friend. He's from Calgary, right? And it was funny because he said something that I knew for a very long time. People in Calgary genuinely believe that if you have to drive more than an hour, it's too far. Oh, Florida. I didn't go to Florida. Wait. Remember, I didn't go to Florida. I wasn't here. I wasn't in Florida. I was doing my own. It was in Toronto. We were doing our own thing here. We didn't go to Florida. If we went to Florida, I don't think I'd make it back home. I don't think I would be here. I think I'd probably be like dead or something. We went instead to a place that was sort of like this. It didn't really have a pool or anything. Actually, it's nothing like this. How come this thing? I searched the wedding venues by the beach. Where the fuck? How do you? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. How do you get to like? Oh, here we go. Perfect. Coastal kitchen. No, it doesn't look like this. 3 stars. Wow, that's pretty bad actually. Streamer would be on one of those body cams. Yeah, exactly. I'd be on like a body cam video. But we were close to a beach. So basically, what we did was. Is there no good photo of this place? I mean, like of like a restaurant. You know what I mean? Or like, re- I have a VPN on. Restaurant by the beach in Florida. Let's just say restaurant, okay? Because that's sort of what the venue was. Man, Florida sucks. Florida actually sucks. Like this place is awful. Why is there no like good photos? Show me the reviews. The hotel was beautiful. We had an amazing time. We had an amazing stay. I'm split on this review, but for a resort of this caliber, it definitely had some issues. Yeah, I can tell it had some issues. They're not even willing to show you the real photos of the place. At a glance, interior. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Imagine something like this, but in a private room. Imagine something like this, but in a private room. And I was like, because I was like to the bride, I was like, how'd you find this place? Because it was really like in the middle of nowhere, and it kind of looked like this. But it wasn't like empty. It was more so like it wasn't isolated, but it was like one of those things that's so out of the way that you don't know if you're fancy. And the bride, she's like a photographer, so she does photography. She does a bunch of things actually. She's a fitness trainer. She's like a sports trainer, so she plays very high level sports. It's also why I can't talk about it because I think she's like mildly famous. I'm pretty sure she's mildly famous. So I'm like, oh shit, I probably can't like talk about it. But she plays like pretty high level sports, and then she was like, yeah, I I helped take some photos here for like a wedding, and so I decided to just book here because it's so much easier. And I was like, yo, that's sick. But yeah, we stayed in like say this place. So we went there right for it. It was my first time having a ceremony in a church because everybody that I get that gets married around me is Asian, and like most Asians are not Christian, except for some Vietnamese and some Filipino. So this was sort of like a church marriage. Most of the marriages that I've been to, you wear like the like traditional garb. So like this thing. This thing is oh shit. Look at this. Look at this URL. Ao Yai by Cute Ass. Why is it called Cute Sass? Sorry. I thought it said Ao Yai by Cutie's Ass, and I was like, who the fuck is a cutie, and why is her ass so like so important to the idea? But yeah, usually you'd wear something like this. For the men's, it's sort of like blue. It's perfect. It's a perfect ass, and you'd usually wear something like this. When I have mine, I have to go or like, well, when we have. So we didn't do a ceremony. We skipped ours because we didn't really want to deal with anything, and like it's too much money. But my family insists on a ceremony, so they're trying to get us to like do one. And like you have to do this. Guy in the blue works for the mafia. The mafia is Italian. I don't know how to tell you this. The only Italian thing that this guy knows is an espresso. That's the only thing that he knows. I'm saying this because I look like this guy. Actually, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary how he used to have my old hairstyle. Yep. This thing, okay, you wear this, all right, and then the woman would wear like the blue, red. Actually, I can't. Yeah. My wife loves watching these. It's actually the funniest thing ever. Like people love watching these. Đám cưới Việt Nam, đám cưới Việt Nam. Whatever the gang equivalent. I actually don't know what gangs are in Vietnam. Actually, that's a good question. I'm actually curious, like what gangs there are. Oh, here we go. Maybe this. I don't know. Try this, or maybe this is no. This is just the catering side. I think this is the party. I mean, it's usually not this fancy. You can sort of tell that this person's very rich because of holy shit. This person is balling out of control. This is a very rich family. And by rich, I mean they have like 5,000 USD because like the money over there is very cheap. But basically, yeah, like it scales pretty high up. And then you have like you have country style. You have like stuff over here. You have whatever this guy is. Why is there an influencer going to weddings? Why are there influencers going to weddings? Does lotus flower taste good? You know what's crazy? We have so many lotus flower like snacks, right? It's just the smell. Like it doesn't actually have like any flavor. It's a bit like rose water. Like you know how if you have like a rose water thing, it smells like rose, but it tastes like water with like a slight hint of like rose. The scent gives it a certain kind of flavor, but it's not actually like super tasty or anything. It's just sort of like I don't know, it's just like rose. Eric X MV from the wedding of Miss. What do you mean MV? What? What? There's no way that this guy made a song just for someone's wedding. He's a very I would want to say well-known artist in Vietnam. There's no way that he made a song just for someone's wedding though. What? What? Who does this? I'm sorry, but if I'm on the equivalent of like Hollywood in Vietnam, I'm not gonna make a song for anybody's wedding. That's too much work. I'm sorry, but you'll never see me there. But also, imagine being at the wedding and then all of a sudden this guy pops out. It's like, what the fuck? I saw this guy on TV. It's like, holy shit. All the phones. You see what I mean? People don't live in the moment. People just don't live in the moment. Everybody's busy trying to record it, trying to make it look cool, and like you're not even like enjoying the moment. Look at this! Look at this lady back here. She's just looking down at her phone. She doesn't even care. She's not even trying to look at the wedding. She's not even trying. Everybody else is like busy. Look, she's the only one who's enjoying it. And holy shit, that's a great style. That's a really good short hairstyle. That's a really nice style. But like, look at this. There's a professional. Yeah, there's a professional camera person there. They're walking around doing stuff. Like, why are they busy looking at the phone? It's like, be happy. Oh, wait, these are stars, too. I think some of these guys are stars. I think they may be from the same group. Okay, well, đám cưới miền Tây. Let's see, like a wedding in... Okay, sorry, this is the song. Sorry, this is the song. There we go, there we go. kind of like this. Okay, you wear something like this. This is not the groom. This is like the brother and the groom. But you would also usually wear like a hat on top. Or I think it depends on where you are. Depends on where you are. I think certain regions will wear like a hat. It kind of looks like a giant circle on your head. Other regions, like you see in the back of her head, she has that thing tied to the back of her like head. Sort of like a mix of like a traditional plus like a modern style, right? What the fuck is this song? Yeah, it's just straight up wedding songs. And you usually do a ceremony like this. He pans to guess on all on the phones. That is not a good shot. It's not a good shot, and it's such a bad vibe because I'm like, dude, you're so busy looking at the phone. Like, you're like, why does nobody care about the wedding? See, that's why I have no photos. I only took photos of the wedding because one of our friends got sick. So I'll explain about the wedding more, okay? But this was not this type of wedding. This is a child. I actually can't tell if she's a child or if she's like 25. I can't. No, I'm pretty sure she's like a child who's like 13. Yeah. She's like 12. She's like 12. This is the person helping out. This is the person sort of like it's like the best man. And then this is how the wedding is. You do your prayers and stuff. This is a traditional one, okay? We did not have a traditional wedding this time. It was a sort of like a classic Western style wedding. Just because traditional was too much work. Because the groom is Filipino. He has his whole thing. The bride is Chinese, so she has her own thing. However, they did wear some semi-traditional stuff. Like he like wore the traditional Filipino stuff. It was very sick. I actually really liked the look of it too, because like I don't know how to explain it. Here, Filipino traditional wedding, wedding suit type of thing. It's this thing. It's a really nice shirt. It's a barong. Here we go. It's a wedding barong. Here we go. Barongworld.com. Okay, sure. I'll go to barongworld.com. I don't know if like is this a real site? I feel like these are AI sites. I feel like all these sites that show you today are just AI. But basically, he was wearing his own barong. He went for the seats. He went for the seats for the see-through one too because it was hot. But yeah, it was a normal Western style wedding. Just because like it's hard to find like a place around here that like does a non-Western style traditional wedding. It's just one of the curses of like living in a place where it's like, oh, like Asian people are like Asian people as a whole are only 13% of the entire population. You just don't really have many good venues to like go do things. But it's fine because it basically was like this, and it was very secluded, but also not isolated. It was just sort of like a hidden gem. It was very nice. You have no wedding photos of yours. You relied on a family member's boyfriend who was a pro cameraman, had a camera set up and everything, and then they broke up right after. Holy shit! And he didn't even give you the photos. I would just be like, look, I'll pay you for the photos. I don't even care if it reminds you of like, of your of like my family member. I would just like, you got nothing. I would be so fucking pissed. I would be so pissed. I would be so mad. I'd be like, dude, what the hell, man? I trusted you, and you failed. You failed me. You failed me. I'd be so pissed. I would be so pissed. What? Why? Got crappy photos from family photos. Yeah, but like, and then like, why would he jeopardize his own thing, right? Why would he jeopardize his own reputation to do that? I would be blasting his name everywhere, because it's like, who cares if you broke up with? See, this is why. When people become their own contractor, they have to learn how to separate pleasure from work. Okay? I could work with somebody even if I'm sleeping with them, because even if they hate me, I don't care. I'm sorry, buddy. We have requirements, okay? We have a meeting in 2 hours. Bring the deliverables, or I'm gonna sue you. It doesn't matter if we had a falling out. It doesn't matter if I don't sleep with you anymore. It doesn't matter if I slept with you before. We got a meeting in 2 hours. We have to go. The boyfriend even worked in Hollywood. Okay, it makes sense then. It makes sense. I've never known a person who has been to Hollywood and like works in that industry that isn't some asshole. Not to say that it's his fault that they broke up, right? But it is his fault that he didn't do his job and give you the photos. I would be like, yo, I need those photos, man. Because look, see, for this one, the bride and the groom were smart. They got a family. They got a family member. No, they got a family friend to do the photos, and the family friend that was like is like a really nice family friend, but more importantly, the family friend is not engaged or in a relationship to anybody inside the family. So the family friend is just a family friend who decided to help out. So it's like the only falling out that can happen is between the bridegroom and them. And so it's like as long as they play their cards right, they can be mean after the photo. So it's okay. It was actually nice. It was a family member that was at fault. You don't talk for other reasons too with the family member. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, like even then, like I feel like if you're like a pro and you take the photos, like you have to you have to give it over. Like there's no way that you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna not even bother because who cares? Even if I agree to this thing, like I feel like it's such a huge reputational hit not to follow through with it that it's like it's not even worth it. I mean, obviously they work in Hollywood, so who cares, right? But like those connections matter, and it's like you never really know where it's gonna come from, right? And I feel like it's so important to like go, okay, I'm gonna try to make this work because who knows where this is gonna go? Who knows how this is going to end up? Who knows if this is gonna be good for me in the future, right? Even just from a pure practical sense, it's like I would just still give the photos over. You know what I mean? You think he tried? You don't have his contact, and then the family took his side, so they blocked him from contact. That's crazy. Dude, I'd be so mad at your whole family, actually. I'd be so mad at your whole family. Like, guys, take your drama elsewhere. I'm trying to look at how disgusting Florida is. The only blue water is in this pool. What is this? What the fuck? Well, why do people go to Florida and then say, wow, the bay is so nice. I love the marina. The water is so cool and refreshing. I love to go to Florida to swim and to go surfing. Yeah? Yeah? In what water? You mean the green toxic sludge? Holy shit, Florida is awful. Please tell me you didn't have your wedding in Florida. You see, the reason why I have 3 arms is because I had a wedding in Florida. Welcome to the family. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the family, Bucko. See, we didn't have that problem. We actually had a pretty cool venue, right? So we go in here. We okay. So we start off at the church, okay? So we go by like a church and we do like a traditional church thing. One, I've never been in a church wedding, so this is like new, okay? Usually it's like a traditional thing, okay? As I showed. 2, they do a bunch of prayers, and the priest was very good at giving like actual meaningful advice that was also very nice and sort of interesting. It was interesting too because like the church was a church that they'd gone to since they were kids. Not that they were like they'd always known each other when they were young, but it wasn't like they like were forced together or something. It was actually interesting, the like story how they sort of came together. I won't recount it too much, other than it's a very sweet story about like and they both feel very much more free with each other than they did with their previous partners, if that makes sense. So I'm very happy for the both of them, right? But it was interesting to sort of see the like priests like reference their history, reference sort of like how to go through life, even reference the reality of marriage. I was like, wow, this is a very sort of like forward thinking speech, because when I think of a priest talking about marriage, right, there was the sort of like normal stuff that I sort of imagined it would be like, where they talk about the role of God in your relationship, and I'm like, sorry God, I'm gonna cuck you. Like if a priest ever tells me that like God is gonna play a major role in my relationship, I'm gonna be like, okay, in my head, I'm cucking you, God. I am cucking you every night that I fuck my wife. I am cucking God, because God cannot do anything. I will pound my wife into the bed sheets. I am cucking you, God. You have to watch from your cuck here, right? Because, like, who gives a fuck if God is in your relationship? Oh, a threesome with God. Threesome with God. Holy shit. We were sacrilegious that day. There were so many jokes made about it. Like, mind you, okay? It's been, like, maybe, like, a couple of decades. It's been 2 decades and some years. I've only lived for three decades since I've been inside of a church, okay? And so I forgot about everything involving or like church. But also my church didn't have like a prayer bench, so we found the like prayer footrest, right? And we thought that it was a footrest, so we put it down. People put their foot on it, and then one of our friends who was familiar with growing up in like a church, she was like, "Guys, that's like the thing that they put their knees on to pray, right?" They were like, "Oh shit." We also had one friend who was he's the buddy from Calgary, so he's ex-Muslim, right? And then so like at the back of every single bench is a Bible, okay? And then he like touched it, and then he like screamed like ah, because he was pretending to be hurt by the word of God. because he's ex-Muslim. It was so fucking funny. We were so sacrilegious that day. All of us were sacrilegious. We're making jokes about God, and then, holy shit! There was a photo on the wall. My friend who flew in from Montreal, he was like, "Yo, guys, look at that! Look at that photo of like, Jesus, right?" And the writing was in like a weird cursive font that like looked weird. Okay, okay. And he said, "Guys, am I crazy, or does that say Jesus puts his bust in you, or like Jesus bust in you?" And I was like, "No, man, it says Jesus trusts in you." But he's like, "Dude, it looks like a B." But it looked like a B. So when he said it, all I could see was like, Jesus' face and this like tagline in this like weird cursive font going, "Jesus busts in you." And I was like, so we're sacrilegious. Exactly. Churches make us burn. Like we're just hamming it up because like we're not there and we're just hanging out, right? But then the ceremony happens. We do our thing. That's the only time that I took photos because one of our friends, Sweet Destination, she got sick. She got the fever, so she couldn't make it. She couldn't make it for the entire thing, and I was like, oh shit. So we video called her afterwards at the food place. But we had to do the ceremony first. I sent her some of the photos. Then we video called her during the food place. So we drove from the church to the food place. It was like an hour and a half away. It was funny because again, my friend from Calgary, he was like, "Yo, ever since moving there, he was like, people from Calgary think that like driving more than 15 minutes is like a journey." And I'm like, "Buddy, I don't know how to, like it's because like the joke is that you drive 1 hour to get from Toronto to Toronto. Like it's like I remember going for an hour to school every day and then another hour back home. And it was like a work commute, but like for school. It's like that's just life. Jesus busts you, amen. Jesus busts you, amen. He's busting on me. Jesus is busting on me. Oh man, it was so good. We get to the food place. It looks like this. It's like an isolated sort of like private venue place. It was really cool, open bar, but also like the food was amazing. I can't even show you the food because like while the food was really amazing and I can't show you, it's like if I show you, it would dox me. So instead, I can talk about the like specific dishes themselves by actually showing you the like stuff because I remember the names. Okay, we go to Wikipedia. Boom. Carpaccio. This shit, bussin'. Okay, I think I like carpaccio a lot more than the Japanese style or the French style. I think the French style is a bit too raw beefy for me to like the beef tartare. The Japanese style, it's like kind of okay, but the flavors can get very samey. This was good. This was good. There was like an oyster cream on top. It's the first time ever having oyster cream, and we're like, yo, that's a good cream. It's such a nice flavor. And I'm like, dude, maybe I can get into oysters. But then I realized I'm too lazy to like, shuck them. We had. I'm not even kidding you. We had this, and it was funny because like for a week, we were craving this. Not just me, but like everybody. The mod, she was craving this. She was craving some peri peri chicken. I was craving after too. This peri peri chicken was so good. Okay, it was like a whole chicken cut in half. It was so good. And then there was dessert and stuff, and then there was other things. But the main thing was like these two were so good. And then, but it was so funny. So we like get into the venue, right? One, there's spiders everywhere. It's by a beach. We kind of forgot that like by a beach implies that there's like a shit ton of bugs. Okay, I'm not kidding you. There was like 5 different spiders as we were walking in, and 5 different spiders as we were walking out. Good food at weddings. What is this, right? I was surprised. Usually it's like sort of like mediocre. I was like, okay, like it's okay. Not to say that like you need good food, but every wedding that I've been to, the food has been amazing. Because the thing is, right? My friends and I, we love food. So it's like it's hard for us not to choose a place with good food. Like if anything, we are gonna force the matter and we'd rather take a worse venue if the food is better. And that's usually what happens is like the venue would be slightly worse, but the food is bussin'. And we're like, fuck it, it's so worth it. But this time the venue was amazing and the food was good. Because it's also like a restaurant. Like it's like a high scale restaurant. I actually looked at the prices afterwards, and it's like a single stay. Actually, I can look at it sort of like separately, but it's like here it's I can look at the menu and then tell you how much it like costs, but it's like very expensive. This was like so expensive that I was like, oh shit, I would never go here naturally. And but for a wedding, yeah, I'll go. Here we go. Let's see, all day menu. Here we go. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. A single pasta is $45. Yeah, lobster spaghettoni is $45. Grill and fish the peri peri chicken is like $50. Lamb rack, a whole rack of lamb is like $100. Entire squid is $45. Like it's actually like a very expensive place. Cote de boeuf is 150. Okay, so this is like upscale. So I was like, okay, like the food better be good if they're paying a lot for it. But I was like, damn, it's good. Your wedding cake was amazing. You had Guinness in it? Oh shit! You don't remember the food? Okay, you know what? This is gonna lead into the funny stuff. That's a good lead up. Okay. So we go in. There's like a bunch of spiders. We hang out there. Okay. We realize that there's like a wedding upstairs and downstairs. And by this point, multiple people have had some weddings, right? I got to talking with the bride because we were all just hanging out because she was sort of like mostly mingling around our table because we're all like close like friends, right? And then I was like, how's the day been? And then she's like, dude, it's been a blur. Every bride and groom that I've ever talked to, they don't remember anything about the wedding very much. All they really remember is like the highlight moments of like the kiss and like the vows and like the cake. But like the rest of the time, it's like everyone's tired. The bride and the groom are exhausted. Yeah, you don't remember. Yeah, exactly. Because like it's just because everybody's exhausted. Like I remember our other friend's wedding that we went to. We finally got a chance to go up to them because they had like a table right in the middle, sort of like overlooking the entire venue, right? Sort of like this, but they would sit in the middle to like talk to everyone, right? And we went up to her, and then she was like, "Dudes, guys, I don't even know what's going on anymore." And I'm like, "Oh shit, you're getting crunk today," but she's like, "I don't know what the fuck is going on." And I was like, yeah, it makes sense because like everything's going by like a blur. There's so many things you have to take care of, so many things that have to be like done. And like this wedding was interesting because they did like raffles and stuff, and they did like speeches and stuff. And the speeches were amazing. I think the siblings of the groom and the bride did amazing jobs. They wrote very, very sweet speeches that were very, very loving. And it was really good. But I was like, holy shit, there's a lot that has to go well for it to work. You went to GameStop after? You went to GameStop after? Wait, that's so sick. You know what? If GameStop still had those consoles, I could see somebody just like sitting down. Like I could see, not that I know what you looked like, but like I could imagine like a person in a wedding dress and like a suit, and like just see them both playing like the old, because they used to have Nintendo 64s and PS2s on display to play things like Zelda Ocarina of Time to like demo. Like it could be pretty good to see. It would be funny to see it happen. Yeah. What else happened? Oh yeah, so we had the like dinner and we hung out and we drank, and that was pretty much it. Like it was such a fun time that it was sort of like also a blur, but like the day sort of flew by. The venue was really nice. We just hung out. It was nice to see everyone again too, because our friends sort of they're like very busy. They have like kids and stuff now, and most of us are busy with like work and stuff. And so it's like, oh, we all sort of like got together to like hang out here, and it was very sweet too. It was actually funny for the planning because my friend, apparently the like groom, he he didn't know that he like did this. Okay, when I got the invite, it was like a month before, but I was like, dude, it could be tomorrow night and I would still come, right? So I was fine. All of us are sort of like that, where it's like it doesn't matter if you invite me or not, I'll still be like we'll still be there for each other, right? It was so funny because like he was telling us how like, dude, guys, I almost messed up. Because so at first it was supposed to be like a family only thing, and then they moved here because they were like, oh, it's a lot cheaper than like buying the food at home for themselves, and then also they could invite more people. So then they invited us, but he didn't invite one of the friends because he thought he'd be too busy with his kid. So it was like a week before or something that he was like, hey boss, like I'm sorry, do you want to come to the wedding? I just assumed that you would be busy, but then everyone told me that like that was a bad move, so I'm inviting you now. So like he made the drive down sort of like last minute to see everyone. It was really cool. But yeah, it was, so we had the wedding, super fun for the entire day. You were out of your dress, but your hair was still done. See, that's all the weight on top. I would take off the hair. I would even keep the dress, because the dress you can tie it around your like waist, but the hair, your neck is gonna hurt. But yeah, we ate the food and we hung out. The like raffles were so funny because the raffles were for Pokemon cards, guys. Like it was like the funniest thing ever, and it was so funny because like when we walked in, right, the groom, he was like, "Boss, check it out," and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And it was like a nice little sort of like a spot to put like a photo of you and like your your well wishes for them and sort of like fun little sayings for them, like fun little notes, right? But also there was like take a free bookmark or take a free Pokemon pack of cards. And before I even said anything, the groomie was like, Pokemon cards was my idea, boss. And I was like, yeah, I can tell. You didn't even have to tell me, brother. I already knew. Because he does like reselling of that plus like sneakers and the stuff. And I was like, I already knew that this was you. You didn't even have to tell me twice. It was so funny. Yeah, we had like Pokemon cards just like flying out. People won like, was it like vacuums and like toasters and stuff? And I was like, oh shit, this is kind of sick. But I was also thinking to myself, like, where'd they get this stuff? Like, where'd you get these like random raffle items? It was very funny. But yeah, it was a great time. This isn't Guild Run. This isn't Guild Run. This is Guild Yum. Holy shit, Guild Yum. It's Guild Run. It's like Guild Run, but you have to run a restaurant roguelike style. So you hire people, and you have to hire a team to kill the monsters, and you have to like cook the food for people. So basically, Dave the Diver, but without the ecological sort of like magic pool of water, right? That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Guild Yum. Yeah, the wedding was like cool. We left afterwards. It's sort of like late at night because like. Basically, when it started, it was like a 10-hour, 12-hour affair. It was like the entire day, basically, and we were all so tired, but it was super fun. And then I was gone afterwards. So before the wedding was like prep for it to get like the dresses and like the shirts and stuff, and to get like the pants and make sure it all looks good. I had to hem my own pants because I forgot to take it to the tailor because the pants that I bought were too long, so I hemmed it myself because I'm a pretty good tailor. Cheeseburger with a side. Wait, save that. That's very important. Save your points for next Thursday for the programming stream. That's very important. We're all gonna make a game. A game together, and we're gonna release it by the end of the year. It's actually gonna work. Dan, you were hoping it would pop up. It's not on permanently, though. I will set it up to eventually be on permanently. I right now it's like a manual process because I'm too lazy to actually figure out how to export it. But yeah, after the wedding, we then started to hang out with the friends who were like who had driven in. We tried to convince people to go eat peri peri chicken, and we all got peri peri chicken separately. I had mine separately, and it was actually nice. So like even at the wedding, like all the kids were like there. Kids grow fast. I was like, holy shit! Like last time I saw my buddy's like kid, his like first kid, because he has a second daughter now, right? She was still a baby. Like she didn't know anything that was going on. And now she's like talking and she's running around and she's trying to get our attention and she's also trying to like play with like all the pets and stuff. It was so interesting to sort of see. Because I was like, what the? It's only been like 2 years. And then my friends were like, buddy, she's 3 now. I'm like, what the fuck? It's been 3 years? I was like, holy fuck. I was like, when did my other friend get married? But I was like, there's no way. I was like, I swear I was there for the birth of the child too. Like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, time has been passing. I had no clue, okay? But it was fun. It was fun to hang out with everyone. It's funny to see how we changed hanging out too. Like our way of hanging out is like we're all like the uncles trying to corral the kids because like as the kids get older, they get more energetic and oh my god, they go crazy. I was like, holy shit, they just go all of it. Like everything was about like the pets and like the kids and like the home and like the family. There was no more talk about like, hey, you guys want to play some games and stuff. It was just like, yeah, how's the kids being? You know what I mean? Not that that's a bad thing. It's sort of interesting to sort of see it shift. It's much more mellow, which I sort of really enjoy, and it's much more calm and fun. But it was like we had to keep this child like, you know, occupied so she wouldn't like run around all over the place. There was like a bubble machine that we found. She was petting all the cats and stuff. There was like cats everywhere. It was cool. We got we went over to our friend's place. And then the bride and the groom, the night of their wedding, it was like she like left. She switched out of everything. She switched into flats and everything. They drove all the way up to Niagara Falls. So like basically it's like the border of like the US and Canada, but it's like a border with like a waterfall. We have the good side of it too, okay? Our side is pretty. The American side is very boring. And they went there for like a couple days. I think they're still there, unless they came back last night. But yeah, they had their like honeymoon there. They were so excited to like go because they were so tired, and they were like, we finally get to have some peace and quiet. And I'm like, hell yeah, because they had planned everything out. Yeah, it was cool. It was nice to see everyone again. It's nice to see my friends from far away, and the wedding was really good. The food was amazing. The like raffles and the speeches were so funny and like good too. Oh, did they go to Ripley's? Believe it or not. So we we've all gone separately beforehand, like a long time ago. So like, I don't ever want to. It's sort of weird because like I always hear people talk about Ripley's Believe It or Not as like a fun destination, and like you go once and it's like it's only cool once, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I actually went like a second time recently, and I was like, it's a lot of fun. That's the only thing that you remember. There's also where we can actually go see. Okay, this is me trying to sell Canada to the American. This is me trying to sell the Americans on how cool the Canadian side is. Oh my God, there's even a website. Niagara Falls Tourism. Welcome to Niagara Falls, Canada. Inspiring views. Reserve your stay. Your summer guide to patio hopping. Civic holiday, which is on Monday. It was on Monday. It was on Monday. It's already on. You went to Canada when they didn't require a passport. We didn't require a passport for you guys? That's crazy. Look at what you're doing to us now. Look at what you're doing to us now, huh? You had it good before. You had it good. Show me your passport. every every American viewer, I'm like, please DM me on Discord a photo of your passport so I can make sure so I can keep track of you for the government. Okay, this is a legal process that I have to follow now. But yeah, like the Ripley's Believe It or Not, it's like okay, it's like the one thing where I'm like, you go once and you've seen it all before. For those of you who don't know, this is like a very American Canadian. I mean, it's a Canadian thing, but it's also like because it's on the border, it's like kind of like a shared thing that like, everyone goes to once. It's like those Ripley's shows and like the books and stuff where you just see crazy, wacky attractions. I don't even know like what is Ripley's. I need to sneeze. This is the Ripley's Adventure. They also have the aquarium, but I'll talk about the aquarium. The adventure begins here. Bless me, thank you. And yeah, you just kind of go in and you see like cool stuff. Like you see, I don't know, cool stuff. Like you see like I don't know, cool stuff. I don't really know what exactly you do here. When you've been to one Ripley's, you've been to them all essentially. Yeah, exactly, because they're all the same. I mean, it is cool the first time because you get to see like wacky inventions and stuff and like wacky toys, right? But it's like, it's all like freak show stuff. It's like a carnival that they decide to put into a single room. Oh yeah, however, the perspective rooms are fun. It is fun to make somebody giant and then someone small. I will say that like this is like very. It's like when you see it in person, the effect is also really good too. Like, but you have to stand at a very specific place. But it is fun to like see. Bust me, Jesus busting you. Yeah, it's like, yeah, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And then it's just like two-headed goat, two-headed pig, and then like perspective rooms. Smaller box, can you contort yourself into a box? Because it like shows and stuff to you. There's the aquarium that you can go to. I have a friend who hates axolotls, which I think is funny. And yeah, you just kind of go. What's nice about the aquarium, though, is it's a part of this like pass here. This pass, the city pass, you get to go to everything else as well within the city of Toronto, and you get to see all these cool things, but nowhere else because the rest of like Canada is kind of boring. But yeah, you get to go here, see some fish, and that's it. That's basically all you really get to see here. I think they were gonna go to our friend with their one son, the one who lives here but is not the one from Montreal. They are gonna go. They went to the aquarium. I think yesterday, to show their son the first time. I think what the bride and groom were doing were just hanging out there at like sort of like a mini getaway destination. Though I think they did go to the golfing thing. I think they did decide to go to the golfing thing or something, or like the strike zone and stuff. I think they were here to play stuff. Oh, you know what? The Fear Factory is pretty good. I like the Fear Factory, so it's funny. These are all the photos of people who get scared at the Fear Factory. They post the photos of people getting scared. You just see them screaming, like mid-scream, like every single one. Like somebody jumps out and scares you. Somebody this guy has just shat his pants. That guy's just shat his pants. It's like, whoa. Okay, this guy's camming up. This is an influencer, and I hate him. Wait, there was 3 people in the first image. I thought it was only 2. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit. I also thought it was only 2. That's the real Fear Factory. Oh wait, whoa. Whoa. The video. Oh, you get to see them like walk in and get afraid at girls' night. Okay, girls' night. It's loading. It's still loading. Ow! Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, there's like loud noises. It's not as good as like other places though. So like again, a lot of Ripley stuff is like kind of boring where it's like it's not as good as like the actual destination places that are like more specific to what they like do. Ah! Screaming over air pressure. Oh, whoa, someone's screaming. Listen, okay? You would look at the screen guy. You would look at the screen guy with his knife and then go, huh, stainless steel? Everyone knows that a rusty knife would do more damage. And then they would stab you anyways. I'm sorry to say it. It doesn't matter if you're right. It's still scary, okay? It doesn't matter if you're right. It's still scary. But I will say, again, this whole thing is like, they show these attractions, but it's really not that interesting. It's sort of weird how Niagara Falls is like you go once for the falls and you've seen it. You go to get some food and it's all overpriced. You go to like do the events and you do them once it's over. However, the campgrounds are kind of cool. It doesn't phase you. I'm gonna show you something that'll phase you. Watch this. How are you, chat? Welcome. No. The Toronto Fear Fest. The wonderful Halloween haunt. Okay, this is probably the better way of saying it. I guess they changed the name, and I know the old name because I'm old. But yeah, you would basically go. This is the real scary shit. Okay, it's at Wonderland. This is the Halloween thing. It's so sick, dude. You have Salem. Okay, well, who cares? Okay, I'm sorry to say it. Witches are not scary. Okay, you want a witch? Look. I need a safe for work goth sluts? What's the hype around goth girls? Cute goth girls r/. Okay, this is adult. This is adult. This is a non-adult subreddit. I'm sorry, but this is your average witch. They're not scary. They just have social anxiety. I'm sorry to say it, but witches aren't scary. They just have social anxiety, okay? They've been lying to you this whole time. They've been trying to make themselves look cool, but they just have social anxiety and they can't even take a phone call, all right? Okay? It's time to end the propaganda, all right? It's time to end the witch propaganda. They're just afraid of social calls. They're just afraid of like talking to like people, okay? You know what a real scary thing is, all right? Yeah, our social skills suck. See, I told you. What's that thing? What's that thing? Oh, here we go. What's those like? Oh, here we go. These things. Holy fuck. This thing starts making a noise in the middle of the night. I'm sorry to say it. I'm selling that home. All right? This is scary. It even has like a belly button. That's weird. It's got like a giant gaping belly button. That's weird. But yeah, that's the wedding stuff. That's why I was gone for so long. Sorry about that. It was sort of like a long time, but it was mostly hanging out with my friends. What happened to trolls? I'm pretty sure they're still around, but I think they still have like I don't know how to say this. An entire how do I say this? A toy line designed around being ugly as fuck. I don't think is gonna make any money. If it was designed around the idea of like I don't know being cute, like because like the thing is right, brats. Or like wings. What's this thing? Okay, brats, dolls. Brats are like trolls, but they look like good dolls. Like they look like good-looking dolls. You know what I mean? Like it's like these are basically just trolls, but they get Botox and lip fillers. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of hard to beat the Bratz collection as the Trolls collection because the Trolls collection is designed to be a little bit ugly and like it's more normal, but like society is all about lip fillers at the moment as well as Botox, as well as like the thing that like makes you look like the guy from Zoolander where it sucks out the meat from your cheeks to like eat for later, right? OG Trolls are kind of cute, yeah, but not like the Brats of today. So now it's dead. Okay. If they pivoted into something like I don't know, like I think they could have pivoted into something like loot boxes, and I think they could have made a bunch of money, right? I think the problem was they stayed too long on the ugly train, trying to be like we are about the ugly people of the world. When in reality, I'm gonna say this: if you're ugly, you don't even want to see yourself in the mirror. You don't even want to see yourself in the mirror. You'd rather not even see yourself in the mirror. Yeah, that's why I was gone. Sorry I was gone for so long, but hey, it was fun. We got to hang out with our friends, got to see all the kids and like the families and stuff. Got to see like all the non-family people too. The non-family people is now slowly being split across in half, and so it's like, oh no, we have too much time. What do? We can't even hang out with our friends because they're busy taking care of like kids. But we're doing good at like going to hang out and having like family days together, so it's good. It's also good too because like we're all technically like the uncles and the aunties of the kids, so we have to like let them know like, hey, like we are the uncle, like okay, if you need help with something we're here, or if you but like if you need money, go speak to your father. I don't know, it's not my problem. You need money, speak to your father. If you need help, I'm also here too. But it's also nice. It's nice too because like gets them socialized early. I did note that like all the kids are much more brave than like we were when we were younger. We were all fairly shy, whereas like these kids are like not shy at all. And like good, perfect. It's because we're like socializing them very very early. Yeah, it was a very nice relaxing time. I definitely felt like more of an adult this time because it was like, oh wow, we actually get to like hang out and we get to chill and relax and stuff. But I will say the one thing that did hit me, Chad, I only had one drink and I was already out of it. It was funny too because it was an open bar. My wife wanted to try a drink, so I got her a drink and I got me a drink, and she tried it. And she's like, "I don't like this. Can you finish it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll like drink it all." And she had to drive us home because I was crunk. I was like, "Oh shit! I had like 5 drinks, honey. It's too much. Can we stop trying drinks?" I got like super crunk. I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, I got pretty crunk. But yeah, getting old, it's not as bad as it seems. Okay. Sure, it may be a different flavor. Sure, things may change a little. Sure, you only have one drink before you start to get tipsy, but I think the fun is like still there, and you get to view it in a whole different light. And it's just nice to be able to hang out with my friends. It's sort of interesting how like as you get older, right? People have less and less time, but it's important to make that time for like four people. And I'm very honored to have been invited to it because like, hey, they could have invited anybody else, but they invited me. And you know what? That says something. It says maybe I have a chokehold over them. I'm just kidding though. Yeah, I was gone, but now I'm back. And you know what it means when I'm back? One, look at this. Look at this. Okay. One big announcement. We have an actual schedule. Okay. Actual real things to do on like a near daily basis with the stream. I have a part-time thing, so I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay. I'm also doing stuff on the side, but I'm doing that stuff on the side, separate from the part-time stuff. Okay. Actual schedule. You can go to Discord, check it out. I even got Mr. Farquad. What's his name here again? Drugs. I told you not to talk about that. They've already been questioning me. Except for today, where the schedule is offbeat with the schedule, because today is a catch-up day. So, in honor of it being a catch-up day, we're gonna play some Saphira the entire day, because I've got even more stories. Because things happened after the wedding, and I was like, oh shit. Chat, you gotta hear about this, okay? It's like the one time where I can say ACAB. Not to say that I got in trouble. I didn't get in trouble. But I will say things happen. And yes, maybe it was because of drugs. I couldn't really tell. But it wasn't me doing them, okay? It was people around us, all right? But yeah, this is the schedule. I'm happy to be back. It was a fun time. It was a very fun time. But my God, chat, I slept 14 hours 2 days ago. Or like 2-3 days ago. I like came home, slept 14 hours, and I was like, I think the reality is that I've become more introverted as I grow older because I guess like I'm more naturally introverted in some way. And I don't think my body can handle that much social interaction. And so it's like I'm so happy to be here because it means that I can like play stuff. Welcome to the club. We're old now. uh Thanks everyone. We only played Sephiria today. What a great game. Honestly, Sephiria was such a cool game. I really like how when you lose in Sephiria, you don't lose everything, just like in this other game that I play called Guild Run that we don't talk about here. Bye everyone. See you all tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I think this weekend we're doing on Sunday also. Sorry, I forgot. On Sunday we're not doing horror games. I think we're doing Dota 2 or something with other people. Don't really know when it's happening, but we're doing something then. Wait, is it Sunday or Saturday? No, this Saturday we're either doing Valheim or Dota 2. I'll let you know. I think I'm doing Dota 2 very early, and then we all do Valheim ourselves later on in the day. Because the Dota 2 stuff is super early on my time, so it's good. Yeah. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a long variety, just sort of like following the schedule. I've got a lot of things to play, and Sunday will be a normal horror day, and I've got a really fun horror game to play on Sunday. So, thank you all for showing up again. I actually did, it was nice to see you all again. It actually really was nice. And I kind of miss streaming. Is fun. I do miss streaming. And okay, I would talk more about it, but I really have to go take a shit. I'm trying to see if I can rate anyone. There's one. I need to go take a shit. Bye.